Coffee in my cup, sun just peeking through. TV glowing in the kitchen like it always do.
Cheryl's laughing first, Jeremy's got that grin. Ryan's talking ports and plans, Ricky's reeling us in.
Go live together, start the day, sailing off while we still stay. They paint that water white and blue from my small town living room view. Go live together, rise and shine, talking trips that feel like mine. From cruise dreams to travel weather, I feel the world when we go live together. They're swapping little secrets on packing light, packing smart. Which deck has the quiet spots where the late night stories start?
Scott's breaking all the tech news with that Scotty J screen star shine. I'm taking notes on napkins while my eggs get cold on the side.
Go live together, start the day, sailing off while we still stay. They paint that water white and blue from my small town living room view. Go live together, rise and shine, talking trips that feel like mine. From cruise dreams to travel weather, I feel the world when we go live together. One day I'll book that cabin back by the door, heart on my sleeve. Oh, yeah. Till then I'll keep on cruising through that YouTube show make believe.
Go live together, start the day,
Sailing off while we still stay. They paint that water white and blue from my small town living room view. Go live together, don't let go. You're my map and my talk show road. From cruise news to travel chatter, you bring us all on board. We go live together.
Hi, good morning. Oh, you know what? It came back. It was gone for a minute. And if you're in the chat, which I know you are because you can hear my voice, do you all see that silver thing that's going down? Oh, well, it's gone now. So you don't see it now. But I would like to welcome everybody into this podcast. Oh, Patreon. It's just so much. I can't. It's what is that word? Messing with my brain matter, my gray cells. I need to welcome you in. That's just what I need. Everybody in the chat, I love you so much. And I'm just coming up with stuff to say because guess what? I cannot say what Jeremy says when he welcomes you in. He says something like, well, welcome in, everybody. And to my this way, well, it's really this way, is the muster drill. And under me is Ryan, but he's not under me for real. And then up top is Jeremy, who's a little flustered this morning because I needed some tea, and he's been up doing the behind the scenes for his channel, First Light. You know, he has a thing that calls First Light. And then, man, Mike from Canada, let me tell you, one more tornado up there in Medicine Hat. You know what? You're going to have to move back down. You're going to have to move, not back. You're going to have to move to Texas when you come next year. Oh yeah. Mike and Rihanna from the north are planning a meetup, and we're all trying to get it to go through. Mitch, has ideas, which Mitch is one of those people. If you've seen any of the videos when Zach came down, then you and the boys, then you know that it was a fun time. They went to NASA. They went somewhere else. I can't think. But NASA, I used to go to NASA with my kids when they were growing up. We went every summer, and NASA used to have, I don't know if Mitch remembers this because I'm a little bit older than he is, but a little bit, just a little bit. I'm 30, he's 50. I don't know. Just anyway, I just want you to know back in the day, they used to have a camp for kids during the summer. You know, it was way back. Um, and I used to take my kids down there every summer. That was one of the the things that we would do as a family. Take the kids down there. But my daughter is getting married on the 2nd. So I feel what Ryan and Mel felt. I feel that, man, my mind, I can't breathe, because my mind is so focused on her. She said, Mom, I need you to come over to help me get dressed. I might pass out. I don't know if I can do that, because she's my firstborn. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And I know she's wearing, see, I wore red for my wedding because red means love, in Europe. And I know she's wearing red because I saw her headpiece that she ordered from Amazon. So, because everybody uses my Prime in the family, except for my oldest granddaughter. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm so excited. If I'm rambling, it's more than usual. God, please help me to stay focused on this morning show because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You know, I don't know how Ryan and Mel got through this. I really don't. Man, I just don't know. Just breathe. Okay. Yesterday, I'm going, wait, yeah, right. Breathe in.
That's what we had to do a whole bunch.
Okay. Because I don't know how y'all did it. But anyway, remember I told y'all about this luminous. Oh, it's upside down. You can't see. Luminous makeup. It's a liquid mirage. It's what it is. And I asked Jeremy, it's like you never ask your husband or your boyfriend or whatever partner, well, have I lost weight? You don't do that because then they don't know what to say. Well, Jeremy, came across yesterday and said, "Oh, you're glowing and blah 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 blah." Just tune in to yesterday's show and you'll know what I'm talking about. So yesterday afternoon, I talked to my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter. I said, oh, she said, "Oh, your face is so pretty. It looks so natural, your makeup is." And I said, "Really?" And she's one to tell you yes or no. She said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, this is new makeup. I've never paid this much for makeup. And I was really getting it for uh the cruise, but I decided to use it before the cruise to see if it was going to be a match or whatever, because they say any skin tone, it will match." And that's true. So She said, "Well, it makes you look really good. It's really natural and it looks really good." And I said, "Okay." So I value her whatever her opinion. So I'm gonna buy some more of this luminous makeup, Liquid Mirage. It's on Amazon. You can get it off of the TV, but I don't buy things that show up on the TV because I don't believe that it's real or not. So thicker. Then let me tell you, do you know, Ryan, I'll see you in I don't know how many days, but it's real soon. We're not in the Ziggy. How many days to October 30th?
There are 122 days until October 30th.
Whoop, whoop.
I know.
Speaking of that, restaurant booking opens at midnight Friday morning at midnight. Specialty dining opens for us peons who aren't super cool platinum people.
Oh no, what are we on? What line are we going on? Viva.
Norwegian.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we on Norwegian?
Second tier.
Okay. So I want to go to the Mexican restaurant. I really do. It is good. I went to where they sing a song and flip the egg and all of that. What is that called that we went to?
The Tabanaki or Tabian. I don't know. I call it Japanese steakhouse, but I know they call it something else.
Yeah. We went there. What?
Hasuki.
Yeah, Hasuki. Yeah, we went there, and it is a really good show. We went there with Scott the Mustard Drill, and he sat next to some people that were very talkative. But I remember that. But then he could have been the one talking because he had some 66 beer. I don't know. And that's the same night that he and Jeremy picked Hannah up late because I remember that. Hannah told me, she said, "Mom, Mr. Scott and Dad came to pick me up late from the kids club." I said, "Really? I wonder where they stopped off at." But I don't know. Be it 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you and Scott were late because Hannah said so. Then, oh man, that was the best cruise ever. I tell you, cruising with Scott the Mustard Drill was awesome. It was so funny. My cheeks never stopped laughing. He was like my son. You know how you have to keep tabs on your son, and then you look around. You're sitting at the restaurant, and you hear him. You don't see him because your back is turned, and then you hear him talking to the hostess. And I said to myself, "That's Scott." And then out loud, I told everybody around me, "Let me go get him." Wait, man, I had so much fun. That was the best cruise ever. That was on an NCL Prima. And I love going on NCL. It is so much fun. Ryan, is this your first time cruising on NCL Prima or NCL period?
NCL at all. I've only done one ship tour on the Aqua, and this will be the first time I've sailed it.
Oh my God. You're in for a wonderful, laid back. You don't have to do anything unless you were cruising with Scott. You would have to keep tabs on Scott, the Mustard Drill, because you hear him before you see him. And it's so funny because I said, "Man, that's Scott." And I turned around and it was. I said, "Let me go get him." But that was fun.
It'll be fun. I know we were chatting over the weekend, setting up dinners for those that want to come. So right now, a group of us are going to do the Hasaki November 1st, so the first sea day at 6:15.
Mhm.
We're all going to try to book it and then go to the maitre d' and have them sit us together. We've
Okay.
got Cagney's slated for 7:30 on November 5th, which is Costa Maya, since we're back on the ship early that day. And then Mel and I think Mike and Tracy, we're going to do the Mediterranean seafood on Friday, November 6th, which was the second sea day. Because all the other port days were in port until like 5 or so. And so we didn't want to schedule anything crazy for a specialty and have to rush back or feel rushed getting ready to go to a nicer location. So, but that's what we have right now. Is the Japanese place at 6:15 on Sunday, November 1st, Cagney's at 7:30, and then we don't really have a time. I'm thinking 6:30 maybe for the Mediterranean seafood on Friday, November 6th. And so I plan, because we'll be camping, to get up or have Mel hit me and wake me up at midnight to go in there and throw in my reservations and at least get close to those times.
Okay.
So we can line up, so.
And how many days do we have? Because this is your first time. We might be able to do it a little bit earlier than he can, right?
Well, I know that general booking is 120 days out, and I guess platinum levels could book 125 days out because cruise tubers were already putting in some bookings for seats and stuff like that. But we'll probably need 2 or 3 tables. So I was going to try to go in and snag some as well, because from what I understand, it's not like other lines where when you say how many people are eating with you, it doesn't charge you or make you prepay until you get there. So when I go in, I'm going to try to do a table for 6 for Cagney's, probably a table for 6 for the seafood place. But from what I understand, if you do more than like 4 people for hibachi, they were only showing availability at like 9 p.m. if you tried to book like 8 people. So if you book like 2 or 4 people, then 2 other people can go in, and then you can go talk to the maitre d' earlier when you get on board to try to coordinate being at the same table kind of thing.
Yeah.
At least that's what I understand. But again, this is my first time on NCL as well. So I'm going off of info that others are providing who have been on there quite a few times. So
we've been on there like 3 or 4,
good.
I think. The Prima, the Getaway. Is that it? And I don't know.
But I'm looking forward to it. Mel and I are actually gonna pack our stogies. We don't smoke cigars too often, like maybe twice a year. But I know they have a cigar lounge on the
Yes, they do, and it's very nice.
So when we were on the Aqua, I could just have sat in there with the muted lights and the cedar, and the whole room felt like a humidifier or humidor, I should say. So we'll probably go spend a little time there.
Yeah. Look at it.
Mel also has to actually smoke her stogie she got 2 years ago from Barbados. They had freshly wrapped it, and she wanted to let it really age before she smoked it. So
okay.
Might bring that. It's a Java one that they actually had coffee beans in there, and you could see it like acclimating it to it. It was really cool. It was one of those finds that the excursion we went on was a total bust. We did a half-day deep sea fishing and didn't get a single, not even a bite. So it was a 4.5-hour, very expensive nap on a boat. And then we decided to walk back because it wasn't that far of a walk. So when we were walking back, we came across this little outdoor mallish kind of area, and it said, cigar tours and freshly rolled cigars. We're like, yeah, let's go see it. And it was actually really cool. It was one of the first things we videotaped on the channel was them rolling the cigars and all of that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
And see, while you're going to those type of places, we go to the chocolate place.
That would be good too.
But yeah, we go to the chocolate place. We go to the eating places. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I was going to ask Scott something
we have a bone to pick with NCL.
Okay.
We're sailing on the Luna in November.
Okay.
and they long since changed. I think we booked it in February, when we were on the Prima,
Right.
and then maybe in the end of March they changed our itinerary. They dropped Costa Maya, and they added Great Stirrup Cay, which is their private island in the Bahamas. So we couldn't go to Great Stirrup Cay on our Prima cruise because of the high winds, right?
Right.
We couldn't tender.
It's my little humidor box.
With a barometer on it.
Yep. Here, let me move some of these, and then I'll show you guys. Hang on.
What's the barometer?
Well, I actually need to put my my humidor thing, but I've got a couple in here. I've got a hydrometer, and I have a Govee electric hydrometer. I actually need to top it off, and then,
Whoa.
like I said, we haven't smoked in a while. This is the one we got in Barbados, Royal Barbados, and this was a Java or a coffee. And then I've got a couple of Cohibas in here. She likes flavor on hers, so sometimes we only get these. These little nightcaps are nice. These I think we got in Mexico. We usually collect a couple of them, but as you can see, I got plenty in here, and we don't smoke it too often. But I think with a cigar lounge on the Viva, we might bring a couple with us.
Yes, and then Scott, I want you to confirm this. It is very nice in this. You don't smoke though, but I'm just saying. We went by there, Jeremy and I did, and that cigar lounge is really nice. Very nice. And I think,
yeah, but the glass is dark, so you can't really see in it unless you go in it.
Yeah, unless you go in,
right? Unless you go in the door, because the glass is dark, right? But
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't smoke cigars at all, but I do have some cigars.
We do too for
that
my
I
son.
have actually vacuum sealed, because they came from Cuba.
See, oh well, you were one of the fortunate ones.
The ever elusive, highly sought after, authentic Cuban cigars from Cuba. So.
Yeah.
Like I said, we used to smoke a couple. Like CJ actually got us started with them a while ago, and so we used to, like, when we have a pool party at night or whatever, and I have lasers that are over my pool, so we'd smoke our cigars and puff them up into the laser lights that are up there. Maybe take one on a cruise. So it's not something we do all the time, but and these are great too. Boveda humidity packs. So what it does is it will regulate automatically to about 75% humidity control for you, and it gets nice and hard when it's done, and it's liquidy when it's ready, and it also helps to regulate the humidity inside your humidor. So
man, that's something to know. I'm gonna tell.
I have a lot of that stuff too, but not for cigars. I have it for my 3D printer filament, because it has to be the humidity has to be controlled for that, or you won't get a viable print. So
yeah. I even have a little travel pack too. Yeah, so this is the big one, and then I have a travel pack with a little mini humidor in it that I can fit about, depends on the size, probably about 5 or 6 decent sized cigars. So
I'm gonna have to tell my son about that, because he does cigars, and I always buy cigars. When you see me buy cigars, it's for my son, and that's about. That's another thing I'm gonna put in there, a little gift bag, because I got my daughter. I know it's going back to my daughter. I got her really. They both like to cook, and they're both really good cooks. If you look at any they're TikTokers, and they post all their cooking stuff on TikTok, but what was I going to say? Whatever it was I was going to say, just finish the sentence. I don't know. I'm turning it over to you
They
guys.
might be watching the live stream. So yeah, it's a personalized gift for the wedding.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
Because they do go back and watch it, and they do tell us that they're watching it. You know. Go ahead. I'm done talking. I really am. I'm gonna start piddling in a minute. I am.
But I tell you, one of the best cigars we had and cheapest was Curacao. We got off the boat and they had these little cigar shops that
Okay.
when you came out into the port area, and if you hang a right to start walking towards the floating bridge and go
Yeah.
to the fort, I mean, they were super cheap. You paid more if you wanted hand rolled Cubans, but if you were okay with machine rolled Cubans, it was like $3 a cigar, and like decent sized cigar.
I don't know when we're going back to ABC Islands, but where did we?
I want to
go
go
last?
back. We
wanna go
went to
back.
AB Almost C when we were on the Vista last year, but RC was the Celebration Key instead of Curacao. But she really wants to go back to
Yeah.
Curacao.
I like the ABC
Yeah,
Islands.
I've been to A and C, but not B.
Really?
Yeah, last year was our first time going to Bonaire,
Bonaire.
and we really loved it. We got one of those golf carts and did the Southern Loop. I just wish we were there earlier in the day because we got there at like 1 o'clock and we were off the ship by 1:30, 2 o'clock. We were there till 10, but all of the carts had to be back by like 6.
Oh wow.
So it would have been better if we were there earlier in the day because we lost a lot of time because we really were having fun snorkeling at the Salt Flat Pier. But it was nice. You know, we saw the wild flocks of flamingos. We saw the pink salt fields. We drove by the slave huts, both the white and the red, the lighthouse, a couple of the beach club areas. There's a lot of history there.
It is. It's a lot of history there. It's a lot of history, and most of all the ports we've been to. You know, like Scott, he goes off into the Wild Blue Yonder, exploring by himself. He has a lot of good stories about that. He has a lot of good stories, a lot of good video. If you go over to his channel, you'll see a lot of good where he goes out to different areas and by himself, just walking by himself, you know.
Remember, the word to live by is YOLO.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm really learning because I'm listening to everybody and their adventures, you know. And I know we said we would never go to Alaska because, you know, too cold for Jeremy and all of that.
He's going. If
Yeah,
I have to
but-
come over there and hit the button on his own computer to book it,
Mhm.
and then escort him like, you know, the cops do, where you put the firm hand on the shoulder and you steer him to the
Mhm.
plane. Sit down.
But this
It's
morning,
beautiful up there. The scenery is unbelievable.
yeah, this morning we were looking at somebody, or was it last night? I can't remember. And they were talking about it. And so this morning I said, I really want to go to Alaska, you know. So he didn't say yes or no, but when he doesn't say no, that means it's a yes. So, and then I also told him about going to Canada to see the water, the Niagara Falls. I want to do that.
I want to go back to Niagara. We weren't vlogging when I surprised Mel with an anniversary trip there. I was sneaky at that one. I don't know if we've talked about that before. I called her boss like 8 months ahead of time.
Oh, wow.
And I said, hey, I'm calling you now because I want to book this trip and get it paid off without Mel knowing. I need her to be off on these days. He's like, fine. And I did. I planned the whole trip. I got the city pass. So we did, you know, we had 4 different things we could do. The behind the falls, the rapid walk one, I forgot what the other one. It's been like 10 years since we've done it. Something about where you stood in like this little movie that told you about the falls history, and then you got the wind blowing on you inside there, like a little 3D interactive thing. We did Lake Niagara. I set up our actual anniversary dinner in the Starlock rotating 360 or Starlight. I don't know, whatever the tall restaurant is that's hundreds of feet above. And we did it right at sunset so we could see the lights change. And I was going to not tell her until we actually got on the plane, but knowing her, she wanted to shop. And so I broke it so smooth. We were watching something on YouTube. And it happened to have something with Niagara Falls or whatever, because I was planning on how to break it to her. And then I was joking with her, and I was like, so you want to go to Niagara Falls? She goes, sure, honey. I was like, all right, we leave in 2 weeks. And she's like, what? You're joking. Oh, I got to go shop. And she starts.
Yeah.
But it was fun. We did the U.S. side, and she learned not to joke with border guards at that time. Because I got us a private car to take us from Buffalo into Canada. And so we came in the first day. The very next day, we walked to the Rainbow Bridge, and we went across to do the U.S. side so we could spend the rest of the time. And when we were coming back, the Canadian border guard was like, why did you go back to the U.S. so soon? And why are you coming back here so soon? And Mel's joking, because our hotel's over here. And she was like chuckling, he was like deadpanning her. And I was like,
oh, wow.
We came over yesterday. Yes, we decided to go ahead and knock out the U.S. side of Niagara Falls today so we can spend the rest of our vacation in Canada. All right, go through. And I was like, honey, you don't joke with border guards.
No, you don't. I don't think they have a sense of humor.
No. And they just deadpanned on the Canadian side. The U.S. side, the border guards were yelling and screaming at people. I didn't tell you to walk over that line. You stay behind that line until I tell you. Don't open that door until I tell you. It's like,
oh, wow.
Oh, gee.
I'm going to need tape over my mouth. You know that.
The little the thing all the way on the right-hand side, I think it was called the Skylock Towers or Skylark Towers.
Skylon.
Skylon, that's it. The Skylon. That's where we had dinner. That's where Mel tried Chilean sea bass for the first time and fell in love with it.
Chilean sea
And then
bass?
we were actually at that Marriott. We had a Marriott Superior Falls view room, so floor-to-ceiling windows, with a little fireplace and seats. And it wasn't until the last freaking day we realized there was this little vent underneath the window that you could open so you could have the ambient sound machine of the falls breaking to put you to sleep.
Whoa.
And we had a jacuzzi tub with this little window that you could open up, and you could be enjoying your jacuzzi tub and looking out at the falls. I mean, it was a nice place.
Man. You hear that, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm seeing it, and I know we love Marriott.
Yeah.
Scott, what was your experience right here? Tell us about the picture.
Well, this is just at night, so from where I'm standing to take the picture, the falls are literally like right at my back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I mean, that is a collection of, that's a section of hotels that are really close together. You can see this one that is like the hotel itself is just the tower. So it's right between the second Marriott Tower and the Hyatt. And all it is, it's called the Tower Hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally just on this. There's nothing to the hotel except for what you see just peeking above the other hotel. There's a check-in. There's a check-in building at the base of it, and then it's just elevators till you get all the way to the top there.
Wow.
And of course it's round, and so not every room is gonna have a falls view, but most of them there are. And I mean, it's just a really great place. I hadn't been there in 15 years, so it was nice to get back and do a bunch of stuff. And the last time I had been there, I was there with my children, and they were very small, so that definitely changes how the vacation goes. So this time it
Yes.
was just the wife and I, and we just, had a really great time. So, but I remember that Ryan had mentioned that he had stayed at the Marriott. So when we were down there that evening, I decided to snap the picture and in anticipation of being able
It's a
to use
beautiful
it.
at night picture.
Yeah, so it's a very nice area of Niagara. I mean, well, all of Niagara Falls is very nice, except for Niagara Falls, New York. Niagara Falls, New York is a little sketchy.
Yeah.
But the Canadian side, very beautiful, very different.
Where are you, baby girl?
So
When you say sketchy, Scott, I want to ask a question. Does that mean that it's not safe, or what does that mean?
no, not that it's not safe. It's just a little it's a little sketchy, right? It's just, like I don't know how to say. I mean, it's just not beautiful,
Oh,
not
okay.
beautiful and clean and
Like Canada.
and things like that or whatever. And there's a lot of casinos and stuff on the New York side and stuff like that or whatever. I mean, there's one or two casinos in Niagara Falls in the Canada side, but it's not the kind of focus of the Canada side where on the
I didn't know they gambled in Canada.
well, so
Even
in New
some-
York, so it's a little different in New York, right? So in New York, the only casinos that are allowed to operate are operated by the Seneca Indians. So the Indians have all the casinos in New York State. So
That's how
so
it
it's a
is
little
in
different.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. So but yeah, I mean, I just, I wouldn't say don't stay or don't go to Niagara, New York. I'm just saying that, if you've got a passport, just cross
We
the
have
river. Just
passports.
cross the river into Canada and, and have a much better experience, I think.
Okay.
And everything is cheaper too, because like I had mentioned about the exchange rate, but what I did not mention is in addition to the exchange rate being, better as far as, things being a little less expensive, the pricing in Canada, at least in that area of Canada, was not at all what you would expect here in the US. I mean, things were much cheaper in themselves. Like the pricing was just better and less kind of gougy as it is here in the US. And then when you were paying for it in US dollars, it, made it even more. It was literally like getting a discount on everything.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah. So, and then of course the picture I have up now is the Port of Galveston. Right. So
That's the Port of Galveston?
yeah, that's the Port of Galveston.
That looks like St. Thomas.
It does.
No, it's actually St. Lucia.
St. Lucia, okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't recognize all those flowers. I was looking for it.
I was like St. Thomas with all the orange and
The tops of buildings is
the buildings looked a lot.
is
Yeah,
what
gave
you
me St.
see,
Thomas
yeah.
feels.
Yeah, it's actually St. Lucia.
Yes.
It was a Saint something.
Yep.
Yeah, because Galveston, I was trying to think, is it down there by the big hotel, the pink hotel? And it just didn't look right. It was too many pink flowers, and I said, can't be. Top 10 cruise ships.
Yeah, there's a graphic here up on the screen. It says top 10 cruise ships across Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and Carnival by guest evaluation.
Okay, come on, let's do it.
Coming in at number 10 is the Carnival Panorama. Number 9 is the Harmony of the Seas. Number 8 is the Norwegian Encore. Number 7, Carnival Venezia. Number 6, Symphony of the Seas. Number 5, Carnival Celebration. Number
Yes.
4, Norwegian Prima. Number 3, Mardi Gras. Number 2, Icon of the Seas. And coming in hot at number 1 is the Wonder of the Seas.
Oh, wow. The Wonder of the Seas. They must be giving some good stuff out over there. but that's RCL, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, the Wonder of the Seas is the ship that I met Ryan on.
That's right. Scott played it so cool too. You guys bloggers? Huh. Yeah,
No,
see
I
your
actually
camera
said to Beth,
there.
I was like, Beth, watch this. I was
Like
you
10
guys
to
are
15
you
minutes he
crazy?
was putting us on and asking us questions, and then finally he's like, oh, by the way, yeah, I'm a vlogger too.
Mm.
It was meant. It was like meant
It
to
was
be
meant to be.
because we saw each other on day one,
Mhm.
and then like multiple times during that entire cruise, we kept running into one another. And I think the icing on the cake was just meeting up and going to Maya Chan together. And that was just like, oh, geez, okay.
Right.
We need more information about your channel and everything.
It was that day that we met you on the show because in classic Scott fashion, whenever he's out there, dial into the show, boom, I'm here, and then we got a chance to meet all of you while you were just chilling in Maya Chan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I know that
And
I
it was
have
meant to be.
footage somewhere. I don't know where. It would take me a while to find it, but I know I have footage because I remember
Mhm.
actually doing it. I was vlogging on the ship one day, and in my vlog, I saw Ryan vlogging.
Nice.
And my camera was on him off in the distance vlogging. And while I was dialoguing in my vlog, I went like, "Ugh, there's so many vloggers on there. So I'll have to dig that up one time and play it.
That's cool.
And look at us now. We're still together. That
Yeah.
it was meant to be.
Yeah, we were getting restaurants, and I think we ran into each other a couple of times on the ship, and then we ran into each other on Coco Cay, and then we went to Maya Chan together. So
it was meant to be.
Yeah.
But Ryan's palapa at Maya Chan was bigger than mine.
Yeah, we had, and the only reason why we had that particular one is CJ's parents have been going to Maya Chan and are like buddy with Julie and who's the other guy?
David,
yes. They've been going there for like 25 years. They had their wedding renewals on there. They go 2 or 3 times a quarter because they're always on cruise ships and they're always going to Maya Chan. And so whenever they go, they get that big palapa that's right by the restaurant and the bar and all of that. And I guess just because we were there with them and that's how we got introduced, every time we book it, they put us in that palapa if it's available as well.
Gotcha.
Man.
So we'll see. I mean, we got 4 of us, and Jeremy will be able to experience, even though it's not going to be a full day at Maya Chan, he'll still at least be able to experience it. And you can blink all you want, sir. You know what's going to fix that? Alcohol.
Margarita. Yeah, margaritas. That's what it is. As I understand it, the margaritas are small, y'all. So, with that being said, I might extend it to 3 drinks. That's right. Count them out. 1, 2, 3.
So if you like sweet drinks, they make a mean Oreo spiked like milkshake that is just freaking delicious.
Scott?
But the cups are really small.
They are.
Yeah, the cups are really small at Maya Chan. So, I mean, you can
booze it up.
You could probably do 6 or 7 and be fine.
No, I'm trying to eat dinner. It's Norwegian, not Carnival. Oh, wait, did I say something wrong? Wait, hold up. Yeah, I wanna experience every meal on Norwegian because the food, even above Princess and MSC, like the food quality is amazing. You are going to
the presentation.
You're gonna fall in love with Norwegian just for the food quality.
Yeah. Like I was saying before, I have a bone to pick with them, right? Because they switched our itinerary. They switched Maya Chan out for the island, right? Which is fine because we didn't get to go to the island when we were on our Prima cruise because of the weather, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they did that in March. It is now almost July, and they still have not loaded in any of the excursions for the island. So we cannot book the Chill Beach or the Vibe Beach Club. We can't, we can't book that. That was the only thing we were going to do on the island anyway, was just book the beach club and go there. You know, it's a smaller, more, you know, intimate area of the ship. The island, it's not as crowded. But that's all we wanted to do. And they still have not loaded it. We called them about it and they had no reason for not doing it. They had no idea when it was going to happen, if it was going to happen. They couldn't do anything about it. You know, now the sailing's not till November, so they obviously have plenty of time to do it, but we are, you know, we're coming up on final payment on it, and, you know, and they still haven't even loaded the excursions for the Switch. But
Terrible. Danny D and Cruise Ship Drone have a message for you in the chat, Ryan.
Wait, what was that? 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot floor. Heck
Pretty
yeah.
much.
If he had 7, Ryan Jamie could be a bunny. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's Long Island Iced Tea type of action right there, and it has to be on MSC with the kids club. Yeah,
you got to get them to play that song, shot, 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 shot.
Right.
well, yeah, that part too.
I'm looking forward to it. I always love getting massages. You need cash there, but the massages are like, you know, including tip, it's like $60 for an hour. And
yeah, I think it's only $40. I think it's only $45 for.
Is it 45 now? Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Maybe it's
45
50
for an
something.
hour
I
and
think
then
I usually give a $10 or $15 tip to them.
Yeah.
But it's super cheap. It's like 50 minutes or whatever.
All of
and then
this,
the food. Oh my goodness!
all
They
these
make the fresh
activities.
tortillas, both corn and flour, right there. Like when you're getting there, you're seeing them as you walk in the morning. They're
they're making it right
then and
there.
and then
Yep,
the white
they're
fish
taking
and
the flour, rolling it up,
pork.
putting it on there, flattening it down, making the
I call
tortilla
corn.
right there on the
I'm
thing.
letting you know I'm doing corn.
Yep.
Yep.
You can have 1 of each, 2 of each, 3 of each,
Yep.
5 of one. But it's really good, and they got a couple of different hot sauces.
Just be ready for
they
that.
got the chicken, the carne, the white fish. That's really good, and then the smoked pulled pork. Oh my god!
I want to
can't
do
wait.
the smoke.
And then get an especial on to go, right? And drink it in the cab on the way back to the ship.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, no, baby, don't do it. Don't do it.
Dos,
Don't do it.
Dos Equis and margaritas. I'm telling you, when in Mexico, you got to do that.
Yeah. I'm
And
having
I-
a feeling though that we won't be there for the tequila tasting. They usually do that later in the afternoon, and we'll already have to be back on the road to get back to the ship before they do that, I'm sure.
But I still think Cheryl should come, right? But she should come in by helicopter, right? And then she should like frogman it down from the helicopter into the water.
Yes.
Okay. Swim
And we'll-
right
we'll
up
swim
onto
out
the
and get her.
beach. Right?
We got to go first. That way we can swim out and get her.
Right.
I'm hoping for the very first time that the water is actually calm enough for me to get in the ocean, because I've been there 3 times. All 3 times it's been too rough to actually get in the water. So we've just enjoyed, you know, the drinks and being on the hammock and the massages and just interacting with the staff. But we have yet to actually get in the water due to how rough it's been.
Yep.
And they got
I
some
just
cool
think
stuff.
I think
They
it's
got
that part of
a
Mexico.
little kayak you can get. They got like the floating platform out in the water that you could get up on the platform. I mean, there's a lot of cool water stuff. It's been the luck of the draw, and we've been unlucky 3 times in a row.
And this is at Maya Chan, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, in Maya Chan.
Can't be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't forget to go to the bathroom though down by the swimming pool.
Yes.
Okay, because the water flows out of the sink through a conch shell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's just something cool to look at.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just a cool ambient, you know. I think when the first time we were there, we got video of it. So, no, I'm in the bathroom, people, but look at this.
I know, right? that's walkable. Absolutely.
But it's cool, and they're great people. Always fun, helpful.
Okay.
Yep.
So you should have a good time, babe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me and Hannah are gonna have room service galore. It's gonna be
Take some Xanax, because you already look like you're stressing being with Ricky and I at Maya Chan.
No. I mean, I'm not stressing. I'm really not. I just don't want to get one of 3 things: sunburnt, too drunk, or be a pier runner.
Yeah,
Well, here's the
well,
thing, though, right? Okay, here's the thing. Once on your way out there, you're going when you experience that road, right? Then you're gonna realize why it's better to be drunk coming back so that you don't have to experience it twice.
Oh my God.
And if you're drunk, you won't care how bad the road is.
Correct. But yeah, those are just the three things that I'm concerned about. That's it. Those are the only three things. And I may want to take some pain medicine before that road messes up my number 1 and number 27 or whatever. But yeah, those are the concerns. Let's get into more cruise
I was
news.
just getting ready to say, I don't know if we heard today. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Go Live Together. We are your morning team.
I am
That's
Jeremy,
all-
and I'm
that's all I
accompanied by Cheryl, Ryan, and Scott. Good morning, hashtag Team Replay, and those of you that are listening on the podcast, please leave us a hashtag Team Replay in the comment section. That way, we know that you were here and watching these shenanigans. But let's check out this cruise news so y'all can get on with your day. Okay, so Vicky is not on until 5:30 p.m., but I know that Ryan normally goes live at
9:30.
9:30 God's time. So yeah, let's get on with it. I had saved this from, or did I do the National Geographic thing yesterday? I can't remember if I covered it or not, but National Geographic opens a new state-of-the-art museum in Washington, D.C. It's located at the Society's global quarters at 1600 M St. Northwest in downtown Washington, D.C. The landmark redefines the traditional museum experience by turning passive viewing into an active journey. The museum takes visual storytelling one step further, materializing these environments into physical spaces where visitors can walk through history and engage with active scientific breakthroughs. The Museum of Exploration tells the story of the National Geographic Society, our history, our mission, and what we aspire to be, said Jill Teffenthaler, CEO of the National Geographic Society, in a statement. She added, "From the moment you step through our doors, you are surrounded by bold ideas, groundbreaking discoveries, and moving stories of our explorers, leaving visitors inspired to ask bigger questions, pursue new possibilities, and see themselves as explorers. The future of exploration belongs to all of us." Coinciding with opening day, the Society will debut Wonders of the World Ocean, an immersive ticketed 17-minute outdoor nighttime experience in the newly transformed museum courtyard. The multi-sensory journey begins with a pre-show experience, then utilizes a spectacular 3D illusion on the facade to frame the ocean as the central character. Some exhibition highlights are going to be Rolex Explorer's Landing, a dedicated gallery with artifacts celebrating and highlighting the journey from an explorer's first spark of curiosity to their lasting impact. The Archive, supported by Lilly Endowment Incorporated, a rare look at historic field notes, artifacts, and digital innovations from iconic global expeditions, highlighting the Society's legacy of storytelling. National Geographic Learning Launchpad, powered by Cengage, an interactive geographic learning and map-making platform designed to immerse school groups in the study of geography. Jack and Laura Dangermond, a cutting-edge 270-degree theater where visitors can explore diverse landscapes and learn about explorer fieldwork through a series of rotating shows and playscapes. Photo Arc, Animals of the Earth, featured in the Expedition Gallery, the breathtaking 360-degree photography by explorer Joel Sartore allows visitors to immerse themselves in stunning images of animals from around the globe. And there are way more things that are opening. And general admission tickets start at $29.99 for adults with daytime access to all interior galleries and exhibitions. The nighttime experience requires a $10 add-on ticket to Wonders of Our World Ocean due to limited nighttime capacity. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then Mike and Scott, pay attention to this one. A JetBlue pilot confirms collision with a drone at JFK Airport.
Whoa.
Scott did it.
Actually, I just saw a video too where a drone, a pilot reported that a drone was about 100 feet below them while they were descending into the landing pattern. So it is definitely, a problem. But there's an app that you can use that sends if you're using your drone with your phone, there's an app that will send the data of where your drone is to the system that the air traffic control uses. But I don't know how often they reference it but the bottom line is you just shouldn't be flying near an airport.
No, especially no.
Yep.
And didn't they have one time, maybe last year or so, where there were certain areas in DC and New York, you couldn't fly your drone,
There's definitely no fly zones for sure all over the place. But even, like just common sense, right? Don't fly near an airport.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good quick way to tear up your drone too.
Yeah.
Those planes mean business whenever they're coming through. But a JetBlue plane is believed to have been hit by a drone shortly before landing at New York City's John F. Kennedy International Airport on Monday. The FAA told CNN that Flight 948 reported the strike at approximately 3,000 feet on its final approach to the runway around 7:15 a.m. local time on Monday morning. Just quickly, I couldn't talk to approach, but we collided with a drone back there in the turn, the JetBlue pilot told the tower, in audio recorded by ATC.com. After being questioned by the controller, the pilot replied, "Yep, it hit us right above the cockpit." JetBlue confirmed that the plane landed safely and was taken out of service for inspection as a result of the pilot's report. The FAA is now investigating what would be one of the first known collisions involving a drone and a U.S. commercial passenger aircraft. In the past, some suspected strikes were determined to have been caused by birds or mechanical problems. Customers deplaned normally, and the plane was removed from service for a post-flight inspection, which found no damage or evidence of a collision. Safety is JetBlue's first priority, and we will assist with any relevant investigations, the airline said in a statement. Monday's incident comes just days after a United Airlines flight was involved in a near-miss incident with a drone while landing at nearby Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey. The pilot in that incident was heard telling air traffic controllers that we almost hit a drone about 100 feet below us.
Oh, wow.
Despite being banned from this airspace, the FAA reports approximately 100 drone sightings per month near U.S. airports.
And I want to say a special hello to High Seas Travel. We sailed with them on MSC. He and his wife, very good people. Their show comes on. He has a live stream early in the mornings. He does his early in the mornings. And if you turn on your notifications, it'll come on. And for me, I have to watch it on the TV, but he has one that comes on early in the morning. I just want to give him a shout out and let him know. I see him in the chat. Okay, I'm done. I really am.
Disney Cruise Line alerts guests to planned system outage. Disney Cruise Line guests have nothing to fear when the cruise line's website goes down for a full 24 hours in the coming days. The outages for planned maintenance, Disney Cruise Line has posted a notice to ensure guests are aware of the maintenance period. The notification is posted as important information at the top of the cruise line's website, which ironically will be down at the time of the maintenance. Beginning at 4 a.m. on Thursday, July 9th through 4 a.m. on Friday, July 10th, the planned maintenance will be performed on the Disney Cruise Line reservation system. This means that for a full 24 hours, Disney Cruise Line's reservation system will be unavailable for tasks such as online check-in, arranging cruise activities, booking port adventures, or making deposits or final payments. If guests do have payments due for an upcoming Disney cruise, they do not need to worry. Guests with deposits or final payments due during this period will have until Saturday, July 11th at 10 o'clock p.m. to make their payment, the notice explains. The notice is also being sent to book guests through Disney Cruise Line app if they have downloaded it to their mobile device. It is likely that an inactive explanatory page will be available during the website outage as another reminder to guests about the planned maintenance. This way, anyone who does visit the website during the outage will be aware of the situation rather than encounter unknown errors or other technical difficulties.
Okay.
Carnival doubles ship capacity at Celebration Key with a new pier. Celebration Key hasn't even celebrated its first birthday, and Carnival Corporation is already making room for more visitors. Less than a year after opening its newest exclusive destination on Grand Bahama Island in July 2025, the company has completed Phase 2, adding 2 new berths that double the number of ships Celebration Key can accommodate at one time. The new pier extension brings the total to 4 and allowing more than 13,000 guests to visit in a single day. The project was completed ahead of schedule and is expected to add about 200 ship calls and 700,000 guest visits each year.
That was their original intention anyway, was 4 ships at one time.
Mm-hmm. The expansion comes as Celebration Key continues to see strong demand from Carnival Cruise Line's fleet, with the destination already serving as a regular stop for 20 ships sailing from 10 U.S. home ports. Beginning in September 2026, 3 and 4 ship days will become routine. The additional capacity will also give the company more flexibility as other Carnival Corporation brands prepare to begin visiting later this year.
I have not heard, I hear almost nobody likes it. Almost everybody I hear or see that goes there has just a lot of complaints.
Right? Oh, okay. Let me do this real quick. Boom. All right, then here we go. Hawaii signs a new law banning gondola development after local protests. Score 1 for the environment and local communities. Community members on Oahu's North Shore are expressing joy over the passage of a new law in Hawaii banning gondola development. The measure's adoption follows years of local protest in response to plans to build a gondola on the site of Oahu's Mount Kala. Hawaii Governor Josh Green officially signed Act 172, formerly House Bill 1881, on Friday, blocking development of commercial gondolas, cable cars, and ropeways across the state, according to Hawaii News Now. Man, I can't scream loud enough. If I do, somebody might call the police. But it's so, all the emotions kicked in. Raquel Achiu, a longtime opponent of the proposed Mount Kala gondola project, said, according to Hawaii News Now. So yeah, that measure got blocked, and that is really cool. The Sun Princess avoids packed Greek port and heads to Italy. Europe is filled with fascinating history and rich cultures, and many cruise guests deliberately choose Mediterranean itineraries to explore areas that may not have seen before. For guests on one upcoming sailing of Princess Cruises Sun Princess, however, their explorations will be different than they may have expected from the originally scheduled itinerary. Princess Cruises has reached out to guests booked on the ship's August 22nd departure from Athens, Greece, to alert them to an itinerary change to a completely different country on the 7-night cruise. Please be advised that due to cruise ship congestion, Sun Princess will no longer call to Corfu, Greece on Wednesday, August 26, and will instead call to Taranto, Italy on the same date. Corfu was to have been the third port visit for the itinerary following stops in Santorini and Montenegro. The one-way itinerary also includes a visit to Sicily before Sun Princess will arrive in Barcelona on August 29th. Any tour guests have already booked through Sun Princess Cruises for their visit to Corfu will be automatically canceled and refunded back to the original form of payment. New tour options for Taranto will be available online well before the ship sets sail. At this time, no other itinerary changes for the sailing have been announced, and guests should be able to enjoy all their other port visits as planned.
Thank you, TCT. I'm reading the chat. I'm sorry. And I'm thanking and
That's what's up.
kissing and blowing kisses. I'm really not familiar with the jewels. I see them and I tap on them when I'm doing other people's chat, but I don't know what that does. I know they do that a lot on that TikTok, but I don't understand it very well. I don't know.
Oh, wow. We got some sparkles from Will G. Thank you.
Yes, and we got a soccer ball.
Trophy from Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Life with EQ sent 10 jewels. Thank you.
Do you know what that is, Scott?
Not a clue.
Those are monetary gifts.
I know that was my phone, and it was probably Rob. Wait.
Oh, Travel Cake Trips want me to explain what's going on over there on Jeremy Boucher. Okay, well, to preface this, I have to let you know about a story. I've been on YouTube longer than you guys have seen. I used to work at a shelter and a church years ago. And as a result, I learned how to do video editing by a professional video editor that we had at the shelter. He fell on hard times and came in, and I was able to learn video editing on the best editor there is. He had Final Cut Pro. And so he taught me the basics, the ins and out of everything. And then after I learned how to do that, I started a YouTube channel for the church and shelter that I was a part of. The preacher, the late Reverend Winston James, who passed last summer, he had a shelter and a church, and in that church we would do live streams on YouTube. So I've been running live streams on YouTube for about 14 years before starting Jeremy and Cheryl Cruise Adventures. The reason I bring up this story is my friend, my brother in Christ, Elmo Hicks Jr. just passed on Sunday. And this man's voice right here, it was just like Keith Sweat. Okay. He would sing for fun. He didn't wait until he got on camera on Sunday to really just sing. He loved to sing. He loved to dance. I would spend a lot of time with him because he was Pastor James's stepson. All of us got together on Sunday. We had plenty of fun. And we lost a good one just this past Sunday. So I wanted to make this a part of what we did today. This is my brother in Christ, Elmo Hicks Jr. He just passed from a stroke. And I wanted to give him a shout out right here. Now, I said all of that to say this. YouTube is something, hang on, I got to kill this down. YouTube is something that I like to do. I like to produce videos. I'm not just a person who goes on vacation. That's not everything that I do, and that does not accurately encompass me. So I started my own personal channel many, many years ago. Around the same time I did that, but I never produced anything on it. More recently, I've been doing other projects aside from the cruise and travel niche. And so I decided to put all of that other stuff that I do on my personal channel. That way I can, that way I can show you guys the other things that I'm working on. I just started another show this morning as to how to prep for this show. So it's not, that's the other side of Jeremy that you guys don't see here on Go Live Together, is everything over there. I'm also putting all of my stuff on Patreon first as well. Patreon is my first stop whenever I made it a part of the things that I put out. It's a it's a pattern that I do depending on which piece of art that I want to share that day. If it's just a personal Jeremy thing, then I'm going to make it a Jeremy thing. You know, if it's for the cruise and travel community, then it's going to be over here. But I believe that it's important to separate off the things that you do aside from your main channel, because your main channel is going to be just that. And then who knows, maybe some of the other stuff that I'm doing could be the main channel. But I had to make that a collection of everything that I do, because now I'm going on cruises. I do hats. I do the yard. I make coffee. You know, there's like different things that I do. And then like the AI stuff that I'm doing, the way that I'm creating now, that's all going to be highlighted on my personal side, because that is where I'm going to be doing my creating, how I do what I do. So thank you for asking that question. It needed to have that. And also I wanted to highlight Elmo, my brother. Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss him. Him and I spent a lot of time together, aside from being on camera and, you know, producing songs. That's more than, it was more than that. So yeah, thank you, Travel Cake Tricks, for that question.
See, for me on the private channel or on your personal channel, I would love to see in parentheses, BOO space SHAY, right? So that idiots like me don't call you Boucher.
It's okay. It's okay. I had to train the AI on how to pronounce Boudreaux. If you watch Boudreaux, okay, Boudreaux's the swamp boss. He's when the alligator shows up, you got to leave. Whatever you're doing, he owns that area right now. You got to go. So I had to train the AI to sing Boudreaux several times in the song. BOO space DRO, Boudreaux. And you'll see it in the writing. I had to do that to get the AI to sing it that way. So yeah, it's the Louisiana way of doing things is kind of tricky because of the dialect that we use. But yeah, Boucher is my real name. So yeah, the pronunciation of things is going to have to be dialed into the AI if I get it to speak out loud.
Well, and into idiot brains like mine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I know I'm not the only, you know, dumb American out there that would pronounce it.
The AI here,
Boucher.
the bot, our AI bot, like if I'm needing Jeremy, you know, to help me get up or something, and I'll say, call him because he might be somewhere, and he'll say, Boucher.
Boucher.
Yep, call Boucher, Jeremy Boucher. So I changed the name, you know, in my contacts to something else so he could do it. I don't know.
Yeah. All righty, guys. Well, we will go. I don't know if Ryan's coming back. It looks like he is still busy on his call. So we
coming back. He said he's out for the rest of the show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool beans, ladies and gentlemen. That will do it for today's show. Y'all take care of each other out there. Be sure to take care of yourselves. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, from all of us.
I love you, Scott.
Good morning. And have
I love Beth too. Beth, if you're in the chat, I can't read Beth. I got one more thing to say. Beth, okay, here's the deal. They took I didn't have the chat at first. Then they lost the chat, and then they got all googly crazy. And then I got the chat. But Beth, let me show you something. You see the tip of this stylus? This is how big my writing is. And I cannot see. And I just want to say, I love you and your husband as if you're my children. And I know I shouldn't treat you like my son and daughter, but I do. But I love you guys so very much. You got a winner here, Beth. You know, you know that though. But
listen, we love you to the moon and back.
Yeah, but I love you guys so much. And Beth, I'm gonna end the show with the funny. I thrushed. I'm going to ask Jeremy every morning to buckle me up. My wheelchair has seat belts, and I need to be buckled up because otherwise, one of these mornings, I'm going to slip out of this thing here. And I don't want to land on the floor or on this thing that rolls my legs.
Or set your hair on fire.
Or, oh God, yes. I didn't wear anything on my hair today, but man, that's another fear I have, being set on fire by this candle that I like to have lit. But I just wanted to say that, and I want you to know I love y'all, and I just do. That's all I want to say. Okay, you can say the 3 hearts and all that other stuff you say. I don't know what you be saying. I really don't. It's almost 1,000 episodes, and I tell you, I have no clue what Jeremy be saying, and I'd be sitting here, and maybe
Scott had a good run at it today. He really did.
That's about as much as that it has stuck in my brain. The rest of it,
nothing sticks here either. See,
I have to think about it too. Like I can't just rattle it off. I have to run it over in my mind for a moment or two.
I don't have any mind to rattle in. I don't.
All right, here it is. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for coming into the show today. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Y'all be sure to take care of each other out there. Take care of yourselves. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, from all of us over here at Go Live Together, we love you. Good morning. And have a great day on purpose.
Yeah, all of that.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Coffee in my cup, sun just peeking through. TV glowing in the kitchen like it always do.
Cheryl's laughing first, Jeremy's got that grin. Ryan's talking ports and plans, Ricky's reeling us in.
Go live together, start the day, sailing off while we still stay. They paint that water white and blue from my small town living room view. Go live together, rise and shine, talking trips that feel like mine. From cruise dreams to travel weather, I feel the world when we go live together. There's swapping little secrets on packing light, packing smart. Which deck has the quiet spots where the late night stories start?
Scott's breaking all the tech news with that Scotty J Screen Star shine. I'm taking notes on napkins while my eggs get cold on the side.
Go live together, start the day, sailing off while we still stay. They paint that water white and blue from my small town living room view. Go live together, rise and shine, talking trips that feel like mine. From cruise dreams to travel weather, I feel the world when we go live together. One day I'll book that cabin back by the door, heart on my sleeve. Oh, yeah. Till then I'll keep on cruising through that YouTube show, make believe.
Go live together, start the day,
Sailing off while we still stay. They paint that water white and blue from my small town living room view. Go live together, don't let go. You're my map and my talk show road. From cruise news to travel chatter, you bring us all on board. We go live together.